I got it. It's preparing to be streamed live on YouTube.
Yeah, I see it now.
If there's a bunch of background noise, I'm going to mute whoever's mic it's coming from. So if you have a question and I don't catch it, wave your hands.
Yeah, I see it.
I have 1 minute after. Should we go ahead and get started? Olympia, we have a quorum, I assume.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. So I'd like to go ahead and call to order the meeting of the Board of Trustees for the library, Tuscaloosa Public Library, sorry. The first item on the agenda, which was sent out yesterday, I believe, if you did not receive it, is the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion from Jimmy, and a second from Cookie.
Thank you. Hey.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The approval of the agenda is passed. The next item on the agenda is the financial report. I don't know that we have a treasurer yet.
We do not.
So if you guys will bear with me, I'll just read off the highlights of the numbers here. So from the P&L performance there, total income for April is $333,101.53. The total expenses for April are $278,516.38, which is significantly lower than the budgeted amount there due to being closed. You can look at that and see that where the zeros are in the budget. So the net difference there for April is $54,585.15. Looking at the balance sheet, had total assets of $4,545,766.75. And if you scroll down, the total liabilities and equity is $4,545,766.75. The next one in there is the cash report. So total cash on hand is $2,092,685.86. Total reserve designated funds is $749,095.34. Excuse me. Total designated funds $834,686, leaving a total undesignated cash of $508,877.52. And then I'm afraid to read the Raymond James report, but that's a couple more down. I'm not sure what. So March 31st to April 30th is the statement here, and it looks like the ending balance of that was $541, $520, $559 and 22 cents. I imagine that's going to come down a little bit. Any questions on the financials? Hearing none, I'll ask that those be filed for audit.
Okay.
Excuse me, Dr. Charlosky. This is Cheryl.
Yes,
We need to go back and approve the minutes. We skipped that. We did not approve those.
My apologies, I did skip that. If you all could review the minutes from our last meeting, let me know if there's any questions or modifications, or if there's a motion to accept the April minutes.
I move we accept.
Second.
Got a motion by Pat, I think a second by Mike. All in favor of accepting the April minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome.
The next item on the agenda is departmental presentations, if there are any. On Rick, I'll.
Yeah, we don't have a departmental presentation this month.
Okay. So we'll go into the executive director's report, and I'll leave it to you, Rick.
All right. As I put in the packet, my staff have been working to expand our electronic resources while we've been shut down physical location. Included in your packet there, right in the departmental reports, the section that starts Ronnie Harris, Adult Service Manager. He has a good listing of the different ones who've been sort of spearheading the process of putting new video content onto the Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. And they actually have a schedule of events that are included there. So basically each day of the week, there's a different age group that's targeted and then a program of some sort that relates to it. This is in addition to the radio programs. And we have still the Monday through Saturday on the country music station, the Possum 92.1 and 102.1 WJRD. Wait, no, that's on Saturday and Sundays. Those are the new ones. The 98.1 TXT is the Monday through Sunday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we have, like I say, the Possum and WJRD are also running stories. They're doing them at 7:45. And the ones that happen during the week are sometime around 7, but it'll be after 7 o'clock. Tends to be closer to 7:15. Excuse me, 7:15 most days, but you start listening a little right after 7 if you're wanting to catch the story. And then through the YouTube channel, we have different sort of book reviews, and they've got a couple of craft ones that they've done as well. And this year, we're anticipating a good chunk of our summer reading program will need to be virtual. And so the sign up, the registration for it is already live, and you can go on and sign up yourselves and your family members, and certainly encourage anybody else who's interested to go and do that. And we are going to have at least one of the programs, Tommy Johns, who's been coming regularly for many years to do summer programs for us. He's worked out a way to do his program virtually. And so we'll have his as one of the early ones, and then we'll continue primarily with staff programming through the rest of the summer. The summer reading theme is Imagine Our Virtual Story. And it'll run at least up through July, but again, it starts now. And then the other thing that my staff have been working on is figuring out how we can reopen the main branch. And we've got a target date of June 1st to begin limited hours and some limited services, primarily circulation. We'll have, the hours will probably be 9 to 5, and we'll limit it to 20 patrons in the building at a time when we first open. If that works pretty well, then we'll look at scaling it up as fast as we can. If it turns out that 20 at a time is too many, then we'll roll it back a little bit. And then in addition to circulation, if at all possible, we're trying to work out a way to do curbside pickup service as well. And we're going to see if we can have that set up on the back side of the building so that people coming to come in the building will be in a different line from ones who are coming to pick up holds. But a lot of that's dependent on if we have enough staff that can work those stations and if we can keep enough of the cleaning supplies, personal protection. One of my staff members is going to sew masks for all the staff. And then we do have a small stockpile of cleaning supplies, but it is my concern that we'll burn through those pretty fast. So we're looking at other sources to be able to restock as we go through them. Once we have the bugs worked out of the process, we'll then expand it to the branches as well. I'd hope to have those running in a couple of weeks after June 1st, so about mid-month. Y'all have any questions about the departmental report?
When you open back up, are you going to require patrons to wear masks?
No, we're going to strongly try to encourage them to do so, but I don't think we can require it since we're not able to provide masks for them. I will have all the staff wear masks, and we will have both markings on the floor to say we're 6 feet, to stand when you're in line, but also we'll move most of the furniture out of the way. And again, the focus when we first reopen will be on getting items to check out and checking them out. So we won't have the reference desk open, we won't have the computer lab open, and we won't have active programming happening at first either.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns for Rick?
How many of the staff do you anticipate being back at work on June 1st?
Right now, the bulk of the staff have indicated that they will be back on that date or within just a few days of it. And I am curious, come the day, how many are psychologically sort of thinking it through and what it'll be like to be there working directly with the public. And that's part of why we're going in with reduced hours and reduced services. My hope is that we'll be able to staff with enough that I can have them work short shifts, probably 4 hours on, and then be off in between that. And if I've got enough staff, we'll be able to sort of rotate out some of the days. But again, we'll have to sort of make sure I do have enough showing up and that the load isn't too onerous. The Friends of the Library, right now, they haven't made a hard decision, but it looks like they're looking to stay closed with the bookstore until July. They'll have a virtual Zoom meeting in June where they'll sort of work all that out. But that's what they're looking at currently.
Rick, this is Terry. What are your plans so far, or your thoughts about a curbside pickup? I know you mentioned that as a possibility.
Yes, we're looking to see if we can have that as a station on the back side of the building. The bookmobile department has a double door with an awning that the awning extends right to the edge of the curb. And so we're trying to figure out the logistics for that. Whether we'll do it as a line of vehicles that, they then queue up and either text or call to let us know they're there. And then we'll have their materials already pulled if they're in the hold system.
Gotcha.
And look at either taking it and putting it in the car or having it to hand through the window to them. But again, that part of that's, do we have the right layout for that to work?
And how much staff do you have?
Yes. I figure it'll take 2 at the station and then at least 2 more sort of back up, going and gathering the materials, pulling the holds, things like that.
Right.
And then can we have all those people interacting and still keeping 6 feet apart off that back corner of the building? I'll have my staff come in for training, not this week, but next week. And then we'll sort of get a physical, this is what 6 feet looks like when you're in the building and how far apart you have to stand from each other, and get people used to where the workstations are and sort of how we'll handle the flow. What other questions do you have?
All right.
You cleaned the books and so forth when they returned.
Yes, the current protocols that we're using, when items are returned, they're collected by that day and dated, and we leave them be for 3 days.
Okay.
More if we think it needs it or we get behind, but we won't go and touch them again till 3 days have passed. And then at that point, they're given a wipe down if they need it, and then they're checked in. And then to make sure we don't miss it, we actually are planning to do a second check-in as well. And then at that point, the items are reshelved and available for checkout.
All right. Any other questions for Rick? All right. Thank you, Rick. The next item on the agenda was an update from the Friends of the Library. I think Rick kind of already alluded to where they stand. They're going to have a Zoom meeting and determine when they're going to open, but it looks like, based on the email she sent out, early July. A lot of that has to do with the volunteers and their potential, the risk categories there. So we'll wait till the next meeting to learn the outcome of their discussion there. The next item on the agenda is the foundation update. I'm not aware that the foundation has met.
No, they haven't.
So nothing new to update there. Going down the agenda, the next item are committee reports, and as far as I'm aware of, none of the committees have met, so I don't think there's anything to update with those.
No.
The next item on the agenda is any unfinished business, which also I'm not aware of any. All right.
Yeah,
This is
correct.
Vince.
Is there
This
any-
is Vince. Can I chime in a minute? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Yep.
I just want you guys to know that while we were closed, the cleaning service was still coming in on a regular schedule because we have had staff going in and out of the building. So they have been doing their touch point cleaning and also deep cleaning throughout the library. With us being closed, it gave them the ability to clean some sections of the carpet and also back staff areas and their rotary room. So they have continued to clean vigorously while we've been closed to the public, and they will continue to do that as well as we move forward.
Great. Thanks, Vince. Any other new business to bring before the board? Hearing none, our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 15th at noon. I guess we'll kind of play it by ear to determine whether that's an in-person meeting or another Zoom meeting. If there's nothing else, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Move. This is Olympia.
Got a motion by Olympia. Is there a second?
Second.
Hi, y'all.
Hello.
I
Second
almost
by,
forgot.
We'll take a second by Blanche. So all in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Well, the meeting is adjourned. I thank you all for your time and hope everybody's staying safe and healthy. And if you have any questions or anything, please reach out via email.
Yeah, again, I want to echo that. Thank you for coming and supporting us and helping us move forward.
Thanks, everybody.
Sorry,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.